Hey everyone, and welcome to the TikTok Homeschooling Conference. My name is Andrea, and my workshop is all about debunking those myths that surround homeschool and that might prevent people from feeling confident in homeschooling their own kids. We are going to discuss the reality of what homeschooling actually looks like so that you can move forward with confidence. Today we're going to be talking about the myth that homeschool needs to look and feel like public school, just done at home, in order for it to be effective. I want to debunk that myth and show you that school can be efficient and effective at home when you tailor it to you and your children's needs. Many new homeschoolers, myself included when I was just starting out, believe that homeschool needs to take just as much time as a public school day. So your day of learning would be 8 hours or so, give or take. However, reality is that elementary age students may only need 1 to 3 hours of education per day. So you can check out this full chart to break down how that works out for other ages and grades. And by the way, sorry if I'm looking down a lot. I've got notes. I want to stay on topic. Anyways, the reason it takes less time to homeschool is because public school teachers spend a lot of time on classroom management. They are handling transitions, managing behavior, passing out papers, collecting papers. They're answering the questions of 25 plus students. And at home, you're only doing that for 1, 2, 3, however many kids you have, but it's significantly less than 25. With fewer students, it means that things just naturally move faster. Plus, homeschooling allows you to teach to the way that suits your child and their brain, which means that they can engage with the topic much faster. Whereas in public school, they're using a one-size-fits-all approach designed for like a large group. And when you have a one-size-fits-all approach, that might work really well for certain kids, but other kids don't understand, and it's going to take them longer to get it, and therefore the day just takes longer because you have to make sure that everybody has the same basic understanding of the concept. Now, one really important thing to note is that certain states have different regulations for homeschooling. Some states are going to have a certain number of hours that you need to be homeschooling your child. Some states are going to have a certain number of days that you need to homeschool your child. So be sure to check your regulations and make sure you're staying compliant. This chart might not work for some of those states. Another reason that homeschool may take less time than public school is because you do not have to teach every subject every day. In a traditional school, you have a curriculum that's set for large groups of people and set schedules so that everything just stays on time. But if you're homeschooling and your kid is super into a topic and they want to keep going, you can just let them do that. And you don't have to do any other subjects that day. You don't have to stop a subject just because the clock tells you to. Many homeschoolers use loop schedules, rotating schedules, or unit studies to make sure that all the subjects get covered over the course of the week, but they don't necessarily cover them all in one day. A great strategy that we personally use is to start the week with the subjects that require more focus or the subjects that my kids are less interested in because they're well rested, they're more regulated after the weekend, they're fresh-eyed and bushy-tailed, and then we gradually move towards more hands-on learning and creative subjects as the week goes on. Piggybacking off of the idea that you don't have to teach all subjects every single day, you don't also have to give each subject the same amount of time. If your child grasps a subject quickly, there's no need to force them to spend just a certain number of minutes studying it just to fill your schedule. Likewise, if they're struggling with a certain subject, you can slow down and you can spend more time on that without rushing on to the next lesson. Giving each subject the weight that it needs rather than focusing on the time on the clock really prevents burnout, frustration, and overwhelm, both for your child but also for you as the teacher, because you're focusing your energy where it needs to go and you're not trying to push through equal amounts of work across all subjects all day, whether or not that energy is actually needed or like providing value by going that direction. I just want you to remember that the beauty of homeschooling is that you can tailor it to your child and not the other way around, right? In public school, your child is having to adapt to the schedule, to the curriculum, and when you're homeschooling, the curriculum and the learning adapts to your child, so of course it's going to be more effective because it's literally made for them. Anyways, that's all from me for today. I will be back every day this week debunking some new myths, so be sure to check back. And at the end of all of this, I am going to have an ebook available for you that has everything that I've talked about in the workshops, plus more that I didn't have time to fit in, and I will give you guys a code for watching all the way through to get it for free. So stay tuned for that, and be sure to go check out some of the other amazing workshops that are happening right now. There is so much helpful content coming out. I've been watching videos from other people too. Even though I've been doing this since 2020, I still have a lot to learn. So I'm going to tag a few people down below. Be sure to stop by, check them out, and happy learning.